I'm just picking some people here. It's hard to see. There's so many people flying through. Hello.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi. How are you, Jared?
How's it going?
I love you. That's my dog.
Oh, my Lord. Oh.
I enjoy you. I think you're an amazing actor.
Well, thank you so much. Can we see your dog?
Oh, you don't want to see his crazy ass. Hey, Vienna, come here. Say hi. Say hi.
Hey there. Hey there, guys. Hi.
That's them.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we have a friend in common. Well, we have somebody in common.
Oh, great. Great.
He's like Belinda. Anyway.
It's good to have friends in common. And anyway, I hope you're good. What city or where are you right now?
I'm in Sherman Oaks in Cali.
Oh, okay, good. Well, stay safe. And it's nice that at least you have your pooches, keep you company. And, you know, hopefully we'll be through all of this soon and, you know, on the other side of things. So take care. It's good to see your face.
Same to yours. Bye, y'all.
I saw Ryan Tedder. Ryan.
Yo, dude.
Ryan Tedder.
How you doing?
You know, I was half crazy before, so now I guess I'm just hold on. Hold on, tell me your story. I heard through the grapevine that, first of all, you have an amazing new song out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, man.
Better Days, perfectly timed.
Yeah.
I mean, you write so fast, first of all. If I had a song that I thought, oh, if I wrote a song now, it wouldn't be done 3 years from now. But anyway.
I know, that's why when we actually physically get together, I'm gonna try to speed up that process. I'm gonna do my best to speed it up.
Please, I mean, I need all the help I can get. So anyway, you have this incredible song, Better Days, but it came out of a pretty wild situation. Can you just tell us what happened? You were you're quarantined with your band? I mean, that sounds
I'll tell you what happened. So we were one of the last two artists, bands, whatever you want to call us, on tour in Europe when the lockdown started. So Italy, we were headed to Milan. Italy closed its borders. So we had to bail and hang out in Amsterdam. We were doing a underplay tour, which I know you know it is, but to everybody watching, an underplay tour is when you go to a country or a place and you do maybe 6 or 7 shows in small venues, and you're doing it to set up for the much larger tour coming later in the year, right? So we were doing that. We ended up camping out in Amsterdam for 6 days because we had to cancel Italy. We were the last show, I think, there in Holland, and then we went and played London. I think we were the last concert in London, and then Trump pulled the plug on travel. Well, the last day that we were in London 2 weeks ago, I was up with a good friend of mine from a record label until 3 in the morning, 6 or 7 of us, eating pizza, sharing drinks, it was the last night of tour. So we were having a good time. And I get on a plane the next morning and he texts me as I'm landing at LAX, mate, I'm so sorry to tell you this. You need to go straight to the doctor. I'm in the hospital right now. I woke up sick after we hung out. I got worse and worse throughout the day. Now I'm in the hospital and I have coronavirus. So of course I was scared as hell when that happened. And we ended up going straight to the doctor. He tested us and he's like, look, I won't have results for 5 days. And even when I get them, this test sucks. It's 30% inaccurate because we're not prepared for this. So I would quarantine yourself for the next 2 weeks. So that's what I did. And I had been gone for 2 weeks from my family. So it was tricky to get home, be within 5 minutes of my house, and then have to be locked down for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So yeah.
And have you seen your kids yet?
I have now. Yeah, I got home on Friday. So it's been amazing. We were supposed to be in Japan right now for spring break. And and so we're not. We're obviously not. And we're adjusting to life, the new norm of this, which, you know, this could be another 2 or 3 months. So yeah, so tell me, like, with you, where were you when this whole thing went down?
That's
right.
It's an old story now, but I was
That's
off in the desert meditating, and I came out into this whole new world. I mean, It's what's the old story? Not Father Time, but you know the guy who sits under the
Oh,
tree. Rip Van
yeah, his
Winkle.
Rip Van
There's a
Winkle.
little Rip Van Winkle. I'm surprised there's not a Rip Van Winkle Jared Leto meme yet, but it was nuts. And but you know, in a way, it did prepare me to have a great deal of equanimity stored up.
Yes.
And I've been meditating for 2 hours a day, you know, since I got out, and I've been alone since. So I went from isolation to isolation, and you know, but you know, I'm pretty reclusive as it is, so not a lot has changed for me. But you know, I think about the families in Italy. I think about you know people that are together. You know, in maybe a situation that's, you know, I feel like I have it pretty lucky, I should
Yeah.
say. And, you know, I think about, you know, people that are in really challenging situations, having to share smaller spaces
Oh yeah.
and how taxing that can be. You know, and think about the elderly or people that aren't doing so well. And it just breaks my heart. So, you know, I mean, I wish there was something that we could do, and I'm just doing my part to try to keep some people entertained and distracted. If that helps a little bit, okay, fine. I know it's just an infinitesimal drop in the bucket, but you know that's what I do. That's what you do. We're
Yeah.
entertainers.
Yep.
We're artists, creative people. So you know, it's just about using creativity to help try to solve some part of the problem, and hopefully it's you know has some value to someone. I don't know.
I I think you're doing it the right way, man. And you know, we dove straight into live streaming and cooking shows and free music and free concerts. I feel bad for all the people that are in major cities. You and I, we've kind of won the quarantine lottery. You know, I know where you live, obviously, and you got a lot of space. We have decent amount of space here, and I think that imagine being in a studio apartment, like in like the center of Frankfurt or you know, or Moscow or LA or New York, and you can't get outside. There's so many places that I think would be harder to quarantine, and I still feel like we won the lottery. And it's funny when you came out of, I DM'd you or I posted something when you came out of your 2 week you know excursion into the world that had changed like that. I had one other friend, Blake Mykoski, the founder of Tom's Shoes. He was doing the same thing. He came back the day before you, and he texted me. I'd spoken to him in France 2 weeks before. We were talking about doing something together, and he texted me and goes, "Hey, literally just turned my phone back on after 8 days he was gone, and how are you doing?" I said, "Blake, have you checked the news yet?" And then like 10 minutes later, he was just like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" It's like, I still can't believe, I can't imagine coming back from where you were into this. It's just it's such a shocking thing, but I think you are well equipped to handle it. And your meditation.
It was pretty wild. Yeah, it was pretty handled, and it's just good to have that skill. And I encourage anybody who's feeling a little antsy, you know, meditation can be thought of as this kind of wonky, hippy dippy thing, but
No, it's
there's
phenomenal.
a lot of science behind it, and it can be really helpful. Anyway, I'll let you go. Everybody should check out your song. Is great. It's perfectly timed, and it's just beautifully done. Again, Ryan, thanks for jumping in and saying hi.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
I'm around for the next 2 months.
See you on the other side at some point.
Yeah, I would love that, man. Let's do something. All right.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye. He's the nicest guy. I like him a lot. I'm gonna try to get down with some other people here. I don't know. I saw somebody from Egypt. I don't know. I just wanted to jump in if you're around.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa. Hey, brother.
I kind of can't believe it a little bit.
How are you?
Challenging myself. How are you?
How you feeling?
I'm good.
Okay.
What about you?
How's everything? I'm good, man. How's everything in Egypt? Okay.
It's going so good. honestly, people surprisingly are getting aware of the situation,
Okay.
and they're taking good measures. Also, the government, surprisingly, the government took some good measures on
Good.
the precaution, I think.
Good.
What about you?
Good.
We hope
Well,
that
I just wanted to, I mean, we're good. We're solid, hunkered down, and just staying, just staying inside as much as possible. I actually went for a walk for the first time. I was inside for about 12 days, and I went for a walk the other day by myself, and that was nice just to get out. But I think it's just important to stay inside. It seems to be like the biggest disruptor to the virus. And hi,
this is my wife.
how are you?
A big
I'm
fan
good. How
of-
are you?
Well, she's a lucky
Wait,
woman.
I'm
You have a
actually-
handsome man here by your side. So
Wait, I'm so confused. Are we actually videoing with you?
Yeah,
Yeah, video.
it's real. It's real.
Oh my god!
it's a filter. It's not me. Anyway, tell everybody in
Oh my
Egypt we
God.
love them, and we hope to see you in Egypt soon.
Guys,
Okay.
our videos
We
were
love you
shared.
guys.
so much.
Be safe. Be safe, brother.
Thank you. You too, man.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks a lot.
I have a little surprise here. Mr. Zedd.
How are you?
Hey, man.
What's going
Good
on?
to see your face, brother. Good to see
Good
your
to see
face.
you.
How's
Back.
everything?
Well, everything is about as good as
Thanks,
it can be.
man.
You know,
Yeah.
we're all feeling the same feelings, but I encourage everybody who can to see it as positively as you can from your perspective. I, for once, have a little bit of time off. I actually took some proper days off.
I don't believe you.
No, seriously, like actually didn't.
I
touch
don't
anything.
believe you.
But yeah, I've been actually enjoying having some time to think. I feel like that's something we never get to do is think, because we're doing a million things left and right, and just thinking is something nice to do every once in a while, I think. So I got to do that, and I got to be creative and do things that I normally don't get to do because I'm always gone.
Nice. Well, that's good. Good way to make, take some positivity from this crazy situation.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that must be your situation must have been nuts. Jumping in the
It
cold
was a
water.
weird one. So what are you doing now? Are you spending your days in the studio? I mean, it's kind of, for you, I could imagine like you're an artist, you're a writer, you're in your studio, you have a studio in your home. So, you can stay productive. A lot of people can't be productive. Some people have jobs that are very dangerous.
Yeah,
So I feel like we're like the luckiest people probably in the world, and
absolutely.
one of the good things that we can do is maybe take the time to make something and share it with the world
Yep.
that makes people feel good, or gives them something, gives them some joy, some fun, maybe a soundtrack to their lives.
Hmm.
None of that's going to save the world, but it might be some small part of a solution rather than a problem. So are you
Yeah.
writing every day? What are you doing now?
Yeah, and I think what you said is correct. It's not about us saving the world, but it's just about us bridging this difficult time until there is a solution, and making people not go crazy, because everybody's lives are different right now. I have been more productive than I have ever been because I'm forced to be home and I'm almost forced to be creative, which is
Yeah.
nice. I've finished a couple songs, and we're changing a little bit of plans to try and interact more with people. I had a really cool idea to basically, I'll reveal it soon, but just to do something interactive with everybody so everybody can feel like they're a part of something. And I think it's, in a way, for entertainers, it's kind of nice to be forced to think outside the box for once. Because we have our routine, we have our daily schedules, we have our tours and whatnot, but it's nice when everything's kind of like, well, now you got to think of something new. and you're forced to sit down and really get creative with your ideas. I kind of like the challenge of that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well
Yeah.
said. Years ago, when we made an album called This Is War, we did something called The Summit, where we had this digital choir all over the world singing, you know, the song Kings and Queens,
yeah.
and This Is War. There are lots of woes and chanting and haze and yas, and we had tens of thousands of people all over the world online submitting their voices, singing along to the song. So when you hear those songs, it's a culmination of voices all over the planet that are singing with us at the same time. It might be fun to do something like that again. We did it. We did it on 2 different albums. One time we did it physical locations all over the world. So we had like you know, from Japan and Russia and the UK and France, we had venues set up and people came in and sang. And then we did a version through social. This was 2009, so it was just starting. Twitter just launched in 2009, and we had people singing and lending their voices. So maybe that would
Wow,
be something,
that's amazing.
to try again. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, that's
brother,
cool.
anything else you want to say to everybody in the world who's falling in love with you right now as we speak?
Well, just stay safe. You know, if you have time, you know, think outside the box, be creative. Whatever you can do, just don't drive yourself crazy, because there's not, like you said earlier, there's not really a cure right now other than just waiting and be patient.
Yeah, patience. Yeah,
Patience is what we need.
patience, brother. Patience. Yeah, and equanimity. All right, thanks for jumping on, brother. I'll talk to
Love
you
you,
soon.
dude.
Bye, bye, bye.
I'll
See
talk
you
to you
soon.
later.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Again, a super awesome, talented, nice guy. He's been really helpful over the years as a creative person and just as a buddy. We had a lot of fun together. Who else do we have? Okay, I'm going live. I don't know who some of these people are, but I see them in here saying hello. Okay,
Hi.
there you are again. Now you have your hat on.
Yes.
You have, yes, you have your smile on, your hat on. You're doing
Yeah.
okay?
Hello, my friend.
Yes, hello, my
My
friend.
name is Leto, Jared.
Yes,
Leto from Ukraine. You remember me?
yes, of course, of course. We see you. Ukraine is represented. Anyway, I hope you're having, you know, some peace and with your solitude
Yeah.
and everybody's safe and sound over there. But you know, be good, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay. Round 2.
Okay.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's try to find somebody. Anybody? I haven't talked to somebody from Italy yet. Where is this? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Guys, tell me where you are in the chat so I know.